In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of our Shopify settings. To start off, we've got our general settings. We have our shop name, our country, our state, and our postcode. The shop name is really important for Shopify. You need this to be exactly the name that you have in your Shopify shop. If the name is different, it's going to stuff up your quantities because it's thinking you're trying to upload to a different shop than the one you have on your website. So make sure this matches. For our Shopify settings, we have a few customizable things we can do. We can auto add tags, so I can add tags to the cards automatically depending on their values. So for adding the sets, the series, and the franchise, this will automatically add, for example, Obsidian Flames, Scarlet and Violet, and Pokemon to your tags. You can also enter customizable tags, such as your shop name, or if they're single cards, things like that, or graded cards. You can add that to your custom tags as well. These next few settings are pretty standard for most people, but they are good to have for some of you who have it a little bit different. We have our inventory tracker, which is mostly going to be Shopify. Can items go negative stock, which is whether you want to be able to sell more than the stock you set. This is handy if you know you're going to be getting constant commons and uncommons, for example, of a set, and you may want to set that to negative. Your fulfillment service is mostly going to be manual, and then whether you want international purchase to be allowed, yes or no. Status when uploaded is important. If you set it as draft, they'll go draft. If you set it as active, it will instantly be live on your website when you upload it. For our first few uploads, I definitely recommend using draft just to make sure everything's working fine. Lastly, we have use variants. Now, with variants, this is used for cards that have multiple versions, such as regular and reverse holo cards. If you don't use variant, it's going to create two separate listings for cards that are regular and for cards that are reverse holo. If you do use variant, it's going to create a singular listing with a drop-down box for regular and reverse holo cards. Next up, we have some customizable things we can do here. We have a custom title. Default, your title is going to look how it looked in the last page, which I'll show you here. But if you prefer it to be set up in a particular way, you can do that using our custom title. You can see the custom title I have set up here comes with the card name, the set name, and the card number. Okay, you can also add any of these details up the top here. So this is really handy if you'd like to add your condition, or if you've done a graded card, you can add your grade in, and you just do so by pressing the buttons. Next is our collection name. If you want to automatically put cards into collections, this is a really handy way to do it. You can either do it by placeholders, by using something like set name, which will automatically place cards into collections for their sets, or if you do it a different way by doing English singles, for example, as a set name, you can have that as a collection and all your cards we put into that collection. If the collection doesn't exist on Shopify yet, Shopify automatically creates it for you. So you don't need to have them ready. This will do it all for you. The next thing you can do is type. This is really similar to a collection. It's just a different sort of taxonomy, but it works exactly the same way. Lastly, you have your description here. This is really handy for your SEO and to make your upload process faster. What I've done here is I've put in a description and I've used the placeholder buttons, which will be replaced by the card's actual values. Placeholder images shown for reference only, but if I want to put at the very top of the description the name of the card and the set it's from, so for example, Charizard base set, placeholder images shown, and all through here. And then we've got our card quality is always going to be near mint and better for brand new cards, but we can put any of the things in there. If I didn't want this to be near mint or better, I could actually just enter the condition of the card and it would do it set to the condition that we have for each card there. That's all our Shopify settings. When we're happy with these, we're going to come down the bottom, press save and continue, and then we're going to take one more look at our cards before we export them.